Hello everyone, welcome back to a pickacard reading. Now this is what you need to hear right now, and so take a couple of minutes to have a look at the cards and figure out which one are you drawn to. So the first card pile, we have a black orchid. This is beautiful. This is a purple black orchid. So if you're drawn to that, feel free to click on the pile number 1. That will be black orchid. We have pile number 2. This is a red rose. This is actually a red-orange rose. So there's kind of like a little bit of orange with the red. That is the pile number 2. For pile number 3, we have a white and purple orchid. So if you are drawn to that, feel free in the timestamps below to just quickly go to pile number 3. While you're here and you're listening to my voice, if you do like any of my videos, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to know when I go live, when I upload videos. And I love you all. Skip to your pile now. So the first pile we're working with is this black orchid pile. So this is what you need to know right now. So we have our usual favorite, the cat tarot. This is going up here. So we're going to quickly line up. I thought that it would be very nice to put things out, but I think I'm creating a mess somehow. It looks very pretty, but maybe it's not so practical. So, and then we have the Wandering Star Tarot. So we've got a couple of things here. Let's go through them as soon as I lay out the cards for you. Six of Swords. Now, with the Wandering Star Tarot, I was going to call it light something, but you know, it is more, it doesn't really read reversals. Now, I always read my cat deck with the reversals, but this one seems to always be upright, so that's important to know whether your deck sometimes, and you can tell sometimes by looking at your deck itself and whether the guidebook has reversals, then it's up to you to read reversals. So these are the first things. So this is the Angel Oracle deck. This is giving us love love messages, so that's important. So this is for your love life. So it says the first one is very soon. Clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. Pay attention to red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So if there's like someone that you're asking about, that you want to know, be a little bit careful of this person, because the cards are warning you that this person might not be the right person. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Now, passion is a very important thing, even in our day-to-day lives, you know. So, firstly, you're getting something that you've wanted for a very, very long time that's coming in for you. And this is with a lot of energy, a lot of happiness, a lot of really radiating energy. So it could be something that will bring you a lot more energy, bring you a lot more clarity. Because like light When we shine light on a situation, it becomes very clear. We don't get very stuck on it. With the High Priestess in reverse, now this card talks about secrets, but I always feel like there's kind of a veil between us and what we want, and this usually means that I read this card as a manifestation. So your manifestation is getting blocked. This is possibly because we do have the Six of Swords. So you're moving on from some place that you've been in for a while with so amount of doubt, so amount of hesitation. You've decided to take that journey, but you're still carrying your burdens with you. You're still taking a lot of things that are holding you down. Like, if you look at this person's got swords in the boat, and the pointy end is down. I don't know how sturdy your boat is, but most of the time, that's dangerous in a boat, you might think. So do take time to figure out what is holding you back. What do you keep on carrying? What burdens do you keep on carrying that are not allowing you to manifest something of some description, you know? Because this is important for you. This is coming with some kind of... Now, I don't know whether this will be for all of you, but there's some of the people here that are asking that if they let go of this burden, they would not be the right people anymore. They wouldn't know who they are. And I feel like because you've carried this burden for so long, you have never ever stopped to question whether you should take this off, because it doesn't seem to be something that you should worry about carrying. But because you've carried it for so long, so hard, and it feels like if you didn't have this anymore, there would be a big chunk of your personality you think you would miss, without realizing that there would be a space for something new to come up, something new that's so magical that you have really been pushing that down and eroding it because you don't want to be that kind of person. You know, you're kind of pushing it away, going, no, I've got to be this person because this is what I want to be. Like, some of you might be suffering for no reason, and that's kind of sad to say. So yeah, do you realize which burdens you're getting? So there's some kind of feeling of giving up and walking away from something. You've been struggling for a while, and you should give this up and walk away. So the card under it is Six of Pentacles. So it is a give and receive card. So it's like making sure that you give things, you receive things. And there's also, because of the Wandering Star, it has little words on it, but it also says family. So there could be a feeling that you are giving money to family or people that are close friends and not receiving it back. Now, don't keep on thinking that you're going to get that back, because it seems that you're not. And make sure that you don't give this money to them again, because the same thing will happen. I hope that it hasn't been a lot of money, but do realize that you might never see that money back, and you should be more careful of lending money to family in the future. There is a weakness towards you feeling, and this could be, you've got this Five of Pentacles, so this is struggle, hardship, loss, this feeling of being out in the cold, and strength in reverse is weakness. So there's kind of like, you could be strong in here, you could struggle on, just based on your strength alone, but there's also the cards are saying, okay, well, why are you struggling so much? Why are you feeling so weak, feeling so helpless when you can change your career path so you would have more availability not to struggle? So why are you struggling here when you could possibly do a course, you could probably do a class, and then you would be able to make more money? Now, I'm not going to sit there and go, there's some really nasty people in financial space that will just take your money and they're not going to teach you the things that you need to be taught. But there's a lot of courses, a lot of classes that you can take to earn more, so you're not going to be struggling in and feel like you have this hardship all by yourself. Now, obviously, some people have just lost their jobs because of the recession. I understand that. I'm so sorry for your loss. But the cards are saying, okay, what can you do? Can you figure out how to get inside where it's warm instead of having to do this alone? You know, having to always struggle by yourself, because this is important. It feels like a lot of your struggles come because you are always the strongest one. You are always the strongest one around the people that you are with, and you're always there for other people. When you're never there for yourself, you know, you always look after other people. There is this feeling that at the moment you might feel like you're too small, you aren't ready for some ventures, some possibilities, some parts of your life to open up. But if you do take this risk, if you actually step up a lot more and take on more kind of opportunities, like say yes to like a lot more things, then you have the Nine of Cups, which is joy, happiness, and your optimism. There seems to be a lot of new things coming in for you, a lot of boundless optimism and happiness. So it does feel like at the moment you're at a crossroad in life, and you might have felt that before you clicked on this reading, but the cards is like saying, okay, look, you can do something about it. Like, don't worry about this so much. Like, just keep on doing things so you can actually get to a point of time. There's a feeling that you need to declutter, you need to stop being so kind of in a mess in your life. There's kind of like, there's too much junk that surrounds you. This might not be even the physicality, but mentally there's quite a lot of junk that comes with where you live, where you your environment that you're in is quite cluttered. There's a lot of kind of things around you that you might need to let go of, you know. And this is coming with the Empress, so there is this feeling that would open you up to more creativity, a lot more abundance, and there is a possibility that this is a start of a relationship here. So if you're a single Pringle, The Empress is a card of fertility. This can mean that you're cleaning up your physical space to welcome the whole idea of having a family, possibly having kids. If you were asking about whether you're going to have kids soon, I feel like with the decluttering and an Empress, if there was kind of like, are you going to get pregnant soon? If you're male, or you're born masculine, you probably don't want to have kid, and you probably can't biologically have kid, but still declutter anyway. It's a good thing, good sign. So the Empress is creativity and fertility. Judgment. Okay, so there we have is judgment. So you are being really judged by the world and found actually quite positive. Like, there's a feeling that you are very much in your own power, in your own grace, in your own abilities. Like, they say that you can do a lot more than what you think you can. Like, you are able to create a lot more when you feel like, oh, I can't do this. Yes, you can. The universe even says that. With your Knight of Swords, this is the feeling that there is a message that you're going to be going through some ebb and flow in your life. So some conflict, some highs, some lows, but you will always be able to get through it no matter what. This is going to drive a lot of your parts of your life that you haven't been happy with this up to this point. This is actually going to change for you. This is going to create a different world or a different reality for you. And I feel like you're wanting to change. You just haven't been willing up to this point. So that is your reading, Black Orchid. I hope that resonated with you. If you are new here, like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell when I'm going live. YouTube will notify me. Lots of love to you, and see you next time. Bye bye. Hello everyone, this is the second pile, the red and orange rose for you all. So I hope that you have had an amazing day, but we're going to have a look at your tarot right now. Firstly, we've got up a 3 of Swords. So there's some kind of heartbreak coming in for you. We'll wait for the clarification card, but there's something to do with some kind of heartbreak. The Creator. There's a lot of like yes and no that you're getting in life. So therefore, if there was a particular questions, let's see the clarification, because you have a yes and a no. So that's important. With this card deck, the Wandering Star card deck, they actually have yes and no as cards. So there's 2 extra cards in this deck. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze there, so, Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. These are your oracle cards. So, retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So, those are your romantic angel cards there. So, take it if you resonates. 3 of Swords. So we have this feeling of that something's coming to an end for you, and you should just proceed on. Like, you should take time to kind of give up. This might be that you are getting to the end of your relationship that you have at the moment, and you should actually just let it go and continue on with your life. So just proceed on naturally, keep on going for yourself instead of just like allowing this to kind of become a big thing. So work on other things in your life. The Mother Star is a yes card. So the cards, if there was like a particular question, so there's two questions. So we'll go through the yes one. So the yes card is telling you that you're very much in your headspace right now, that you're very much in that point of time that you are very focused on your own self. Like you're focused on your view of reality, not anybody else's view of reality, yours. So the card is like, yes, this is happening. You might need to kind of look outside your headspace, but that's a yes. A Nine of Pentacles is that you have a lot of accomplishment, prosperity, a lot of things that are coming in for you in money wise. This is usually a sign of financial stability, especially when it comes to yourself. Like you should realize that you have achieved so much in your life and you should keep on going. With Page of Wands in reverse, you might be scared of trying something new, that you're holding yourself back from the next adventure. Like you might be weighing on like, I'm happy with what I've got. I'm good with what I got. If I kind of move any further along this, I might lose what I have already. And the cards are saying that's not true. You already have all of this stuff, so why can't you achieve something else, something more? Three of Cups, you have a lot of feelings of celebration, friendships, everything else coming in for you. So friends and celebrations are coming very, very strong through here. And the cards, the Wheel of Fortune, trust the universe. Trust the universe when it comes to your friendships. Trust the universe when it comes to new friends as well. That you are being called to do something. This might be more intuitive scale when it comes to friends, that you need to kind of go, okay, look, this is so close, to being perfect in your friendships, perfect in your relationship. But you've got to keep on working on just trusting your relationships. You need to rest and recover. It seems like you have had a lot of drama in the past. It is now in the past, so if there's been anything that's been worrying you about drama, people in particular being very dramatic, overwhelming you, then yeah, it's coming to end. Take your time to rest, recover, leave them in the past. Don't kind of go, oh well, now I've had that rest and recovery, I'm gonna be fine. People do the same things over and over and over again. If you bring them back in your life, it's going to happen again. It doesn't matter how protected you are, how grounded your auras is, whether you cleansed your spaces before they came in. Some people will never change, and some people are not going to ever change. With the Creator, it says no, and it says no to you might have a crush on someone right now, but the creator says that no one finds you cute, maybe attractive. Someone doesn't want to like take time to care for you in a way that you might want to be cared for. This seems to be more like you want someone to parent you, but this might be in a relationship. So if you've been around someone that you've really been crushing on lately, or you think they are the right people, unfortunately, when we haven't healed ourselves, when we're still looking for a parental figure instead of a romantic figure, this can cause a lot of problems. And I do feel for some of you, this might not be all of you, so take that as it resonates. But some of you are looking for someone to treat you better than your parents did. But then obviously you are wanting a parent, not a partner. So, for some of some of you might just be like, you are asking whether crush likes you, and no, they're not liking you right now. You're not like something that they want. The Four of Pentacles. So there is this feeling of actually saving and grounding your money. So instead of having all your money go out and not knowing where it goes, and take time to take stock of your money. Where is your money going? What is it doing? Like, why are you still possibly broke and in debt? Some of you are broke and in debt, and you have to look at the financial statement and figure out why money just doesn't seem to be here, So take time to budget, take time to put your finances in order. So instead of like going, I can't see it, so it's not happening to me, figure out why money just doesn't seem to be coming in for you at any point of time. This means that you might be earning quite a lot, but your money is just going out like, and take time to also figure out like realistic investments to put some of your money in. So you are actually going to save some money to put in this. So if you don't have an emergency fund, take time to make an emergency fund, take time to budget, and then put some money away into some kind of realistic savings. With the moon right here, it's actually saying trust your dreams, trust your intuition, and there is possibly some people that will need to do some shadow work because we have the moon and it says shadow. So a lot of this could come down to, at the moment, you have been really stressed out about people lately when you should be working more money, and just allowing like the kind of like friendships that are good for you to just be going with the flow, not get too caught up in like, will people like me, do they hate me, and the people that don't like you, that you've possibly tried to be friends with, don't give them the time of day. They're just not worth it. If there's been any kind of feeling of new crush, this person that you've been crushing on for a while, or you possibly been in a relationship with, this is possibly coming to an end for some of you. Do you realize that that's going to bring you in something new? And we do have with the Romance Angels Oracle deck, that there's kind of someone coming in for you as well. So don't get too caught up in things, but I do feel like this, you are people that are very black and white with this like this particular deck for you guys, pile 2. Yeah, I do feel like you do yes and no quite a lot, and you might need to go, it depends, you know. Instead of seeing everything so black and white, you might have to realize that it's more varied than you think it is. That a lot of times when you are trying to figure something out, it's because you aren't giving yourself all the alternatives or all the options in here. And yeah, trust your intuition. Your intuition will show you the way. So I hope that helped you, pile 2. Lots of love and light to you guys. If you need, if you haven't done it already, press the like button and subscribe. Turn that notification bell on just so you know when another video is going to drop or when I'm going to be live streaming again. Bye bye guys, bye bye. So pile 3, the white orchid. What do you need to know at this time? I hope everybody is going well. Let's lay out your cards for you. So we've got 9 of Wands. So there's kind of like a physical struggle here that's happening. Ace of Cups, new beginnings, new love. King of Cups. So if you are feminine, this person could be coming in for you. You should trust the divine wheel of fortune. 8 of Swords, there's mental struggle too. And there's King of Wands as well. So it seems like there's a lot of different things coming in for you. I don't feel like this should be like a romantic reading, but it feels like there's a lot of romance in the air. Separation, time apart from your partner's on horizon. They might be taking a holiday or something like this. There's a past life relationship. This could be the one that you are separated from. You've known each other before. And children, your love life is being affected by children. I always like to say, or childlike behavior, because some people just never grow up. If you start laughing, then I know it's you. Not the childlike behavior, but you know, you're just like, that's so true. Why do I be surrounded by childish people? Okay. So let me lay out the clarification cards. Okay, so there's a lot of coming in for you. Now, if you are masculine, then you're probably like, where is new love coming in for you? Because that's kind of like this feeling of that if you're feminine, there's a lot of energy surrounding you. If you're masculine, it might just be that you haven't really been specific about who you want to come in, so they haven't come in for you yet. So be a little bit more, you know. So with 9 of Wands, why you're struggling physically is because you just walked away from a lot of your life. And this could be like a lot of life. You know, just giving up, walking away, gone. It doesn't matter anymore. But you're still in that feeling of like, it's still kind of happening to you. Like, you haven't really let everything go. This is hard for most people because when we've gone through something that's kind of like traumatic, or you know, being extremely hard, and we've been like, well, this is not working, we're going to leave, and we just left. It's kind of like this after image that happens. So our bodies are still reacting like this thing is still there when it's not, it's just still physically affecting us. So do realize if you are breaking down randomly, whether you are just have like anxiety attack out of the blue. There's kind of like this feeling of being really sometimes a little bit claustrophobic. Not like, the weirdest thing is you're not trapped. It just feels like the claustrophobia is there, even though you're not in closed space. You could still have this feeling of like, and it could be that you're having a panic attack and you haven't even realized that you're having a panic attack. Like your body feels so heavy, you just don't move. You start, and your body is under the impression you're still in this, and so you have to realize that most of the time our mind doesn't know what's reality or not. Like, and this might feel like a weird thing to say, but our brain only gets fed the inputs that we can have. So it only sees outside, it only hears outside. But our brains hallucinate. It's actually a true thing. Like, if you look up, well, does brains hallucinate? They do hallucinate our reality. They kind of create that from the inputs that it gets received. And so therefore, most of the time, there's kind of like this feeling that it's got to be true for our bodies to kind of react that way. But most of the time, when our bodies are trained to react in a certain way, based on certain triggers and certain things in your environment, it will still feel like that thing is still there, and that's going to take you a while to get out of it. So just be patient with your body. Work on something that's kind of soothing every time this happens. Don't get overwhelmed, like, don't give your anxiety as much to play with, and start kind of really figuring out how to undo some triggers, because they're still there even though the situation is not, With the Ace of Cups, there's new love coming in for you. There is this feeling of new beginnings also. So for some of you, new love's coming in. Some of you, like, it's not. So it could be just new beginnings on the horizon. But it's something that will bring you some happiness. Overwhelming, like, oh, okay, I see why I got this right now. With the Tower in reverse, it could be a choice between an ex and whoever's coming in for you, or new beginnings for you, and so therefore you can decide whether you want this person back. Like, are they the one that you've kind of given up and walked away from your whole life for? Because that might be something that you don't want back. There is the King of Cups. So if you're masculine, this means that at the moment you're in a very stable place. You are very grounded emotionally. You're in touch with your emotions. You are very caring right now, which is great. But the Chariot in reverse means that you're staying for some reason. You are being stuck somewhere for some reason. So that's kind of like, you need to figure out if you're really wanting to move on or create something that you have to move. So I would honestly say that if you're masculine, maybe you're just far too comfortable, okay? If you're feminine, this person's coming in for you. So yes, as I said, King of Cups, extremely in touch with their emotions. They feel very much, and they can, tell you how they feel, and they're very, they tend to talk through the realm of emotions, and from the heart center. So they can also be a water sign. So do you realize that if you've got your eyes on a water sign, that's probably a yes to that water sign? And Chariot, they're willing to stay in the same place for you. So this person feels like they're already committed to you. Wheel of Fortune, trust the universe, trust it's guiding you where you need to go right now. And I would say stop holding on to things. Stop holding on to things. Like, don't give as much as possible. I'm not saying it's like throw away your money, become homeless, I'm not saying that, but when you can give, so this is like tithing, 10% of your income, or even don't give money, give people time, give people love, give people a warm cooked meal. Some people around you might not be in a good place right now. You might be focusing too much on your own suffering, and you haven't seen the suffering of other people around you, and it could give you kind of like a little bit of a kind of space where you sit and go, hey, actually I can look after other people. I can put my energy into this, and it will change and shift your mood as well, because it gives you that certain amount of happiness just giving. Now, you are in a mental struggle here with your brain. So with 8 of Swords, so 9 of Wands, you need to have boundaries, you need to have support, you need to bring in your strength again. So this is like why when you walked away, you need to kind of, put in some boundaries. But because you put in these boundaries now, you're now feeling this kind of 8 of Swords, because you don't know whether the boundaries are like whether people will say yes to these boundaries, whether it's fair for them. And so therefore you're worried a lot mentally about things when you shouldn't be. When we are struggling with ourselves, it's because we're struggling with our own mind, and this is kind of more illusion. When we're struggling with ourselves, we kind of created this own trapping and binding to hold us, to struggle with ourselves. So I do feel like you're biting off more than you can chew, in things. Like, you might be saying yes to things that you don't want to really say yes to, and this is kind of creating this mental panic and mental struggle. So I do feel like if you're just saying yes to make people happy, then you shouldn't be. You need to say no to some things, okay? And some of them are going to really relieve your mind from that mental panic. If you're masculine, there seems to be a friend coming in for you. King of Wands. This person is a really good friend. However, they aren't really working on their life right now. With the Magician in reverse, this person has no ideas of reality. They're not creating new things. So when we don't have a clear idea of like where we want to go, and we're tapping into the imagination, like, hey, like, I'm going to be this person in 5 years. I'm going to be this person in 10 years. This person has kind of jumped into their playfulness, and they're not really not really working on things. So you have to realize that you might be in a place that you might have to remove yourself from this friendship as much, because it is being very disruptive for you if you're masculine. If you're feminine, this person could also be coming in for you. This could be the person that's been in the reverse tower. So King of Wands, as I said, doesn't have an idea of what they're doing in the future. They're working on fun time, playtime, feeling good, being, with the flow. They don't care about the future. They're not really focused on it. So if you're like, which one should I pick? I have these two people. Well, the one that's playful all the time is the one that's like, the story of the cricket and the ants, and the cricket all the way through winter. It like summer is playing and not really storing grain for the winter, and the little ant is like busy working around, grabbing everything, storing it, and then in winter the cricket dies because, didn't save anything for winter. So this is kind of like this personality. If you're asking about love coming in for both masculine and both feminine, so Two of Cups, then yes. Like love is coming in for you, Ace of Cups as well as Two of Cups, yes. With Two of Cups, there is this practical unity. This person's working hard with you to try and to support you, working together to kind of create a world where you're both supported, and you're both feeling like this is a fair relationship. It's not skewed, it's just like dynamic, and there's kind of like this practical love. So I do feel if you're asking if someone loves you, then yes, someone does love you, and this is coming in for you very soon. I would say this month or next month. I know this is a timeless reading, so whenever you get this is when you're going to be like, actually, I do know that there's someone around me that might be interested in me. If you aren't looking for new love, someone is coming in, like your bond is growing deeper. There's kind of like this new beginning starting up. You're kind of going to finally know who you are as a person. That's a good thing, okay? So that is part 3. I hope you had an amazing time going through the cards. If you haven't done already, like and subscribe. Turn that little notification bell on, because that will tell you when I'm going live and when I drop a new video. Love you guys. Bye bye.